Hey, it's me, Nalthazar, and welcome to another video. In this one, we're going to be taking a look at a brand new coalition event that's going to be taking place this weekend. It's called Titanomachy, and it's the first of its kind of PvP standard coalition events. Now, I say it's the first of its kind because it's a coalition event, it's PvP, and it only has 2 nodes. So if you take a look over here on the right, you'll see that we've got 2 nodes. On top of that, when the event starts, we're going to have 2 initial charges. I should pause for a moment. Someone posted this all on the MTGPQ wiki, so I'm not sure who did that, but whoever did that, you're a trooper and a champion, and thank you. I'm going to assume that all of this information is correct. You're going to have 6 maximum charges with an 8-hour recharge time. So that means that you've got 32 hours from when the event starts until when your nodes are going to fill up. There will be permanent supports in play. And so let's go ahead, take a look at the 2 nodes, and then take a look at the rewards. So the first node is called Gods, and the second node is called Titans. The Gods node on top has the objectives of win the fight, activate a Planeswalker ability 2 or more times during a fight, and then cast 4 or more enchantments during a single fight. This should account for enchantment creatures on top of enchantment supports. We've got a permanent support here, so the player support and the opponent support are actually going to be different this time. So for the player, as long as your devotion to a color is 6 or more, your mana bonus in that color is increased by 2. And then Constellation, so whenever you play an enchantment or an aura, your creatures all get +X until end of turn. X is the number of enchantment cards you control. For your opponent, they're going to have a permanent support with, at the beginning of your turn, create 3 graveyard gems. And then whenever you cast a card from your graveyard, gain 3 loyalty. Now, when we ultimately take a look at the Titan side, you'll see that the supports flip. So you get what is the opponent's support for this one, and your opponent gets what is your support. I like how the supports work for this objective, especially for this node, just because they're going to be enabling what you're trying to do a little bit. So if you're going to be going for casting enchantments, then Constellation makes a heck of a lot of sense. The only downside is that you need to cast 4 enchantments, and it's possible that that Constellation will enable you to kill your opponent pretty quickly. So just be careful. Now, as for the second one, we've got Node 2 Titans. So for this one, you got to win the fight, you need to summon 4 or more creatures during the fight, and then you need to have 15 or more cards in your graveyard during the fight. And then you'll see here that the supports swap sides. So this time your support is at the beginning of your turn, create up to 3 graveyard gems. When you cast a card from your graveyard, gain 3 loyalty. And then for your opponent, they're going to get the, as long as your devotion to a color is 6 or more, your mana bonus to that color is increased by 2. And then Constellation, your creatures get +X until end of turn. X is the number of enchantment cards you control. Now, I know that in some events, you just wind up playing the decks in your own node. I feel like it'd be really cool if you just were stuck playing decks for the other node. So if you're playing in the Titan node, if you only played God node decks, and if you're in the God node, you only play Titan node decks, so that the supports are guaranteed to be working for the deck that the player made. But I don't know that that's going to be the case. It would just be kind of cool if it worked that way. Now, looking at these objectives, you'll have to pardon my voice. I'm fighting off a little bug. I know, I'm basically always sick. It drives me nuts. So it's what having babies does to you. Anywho, so the objectives are really easy, honestly, in Platinum. And even in Gold, really, really easy. I mean, honestly, I think even my Silver account will be able to get a perfect score in this event. So really, the only thing that I really see taking away from your getting a perfect score in this event is crashes. So if your game crashes, then that'll do it. Or if you lose, right? I mean, it's always possible that you'll go up against some crazy deck and you lose, and that happens. It's part of playing the game, but ideally that doesn't happen to you. So I would imagine that in this particular event, we're going to see a lot of perfect scores. If this is a 3,000 person bracket, I really wouldn't be surprised to see a few hundred perfect scores. Rewards. Now, well, let's just read them. So in Platinum, Excuse me. See, there's the cough, right? So you're getting 3 Theros booster packs, and that's going to be for all of the tiers. You're going to be getting an increasing scale of mana crystals, so 10, 20, 30, and 40. Similarly, an increasing scale of mana jewels, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then for the runes, same thing. So 1500, 1500, 2000, 3000, 1500, 2500, 3000, 3000. Now, the progression rewards here are going to be really nice until you have the whole set. And then once you have the whole set, then there isn't a whole lot of reason to do a lot of the progression. But I mean, I guess you could save all of these Theros Beyond Death booster packs for when the exclusives all go into the vault. There's a lot of exclusives this set. Individual rewards. So we've got 5 mana jewels and 5,000 of the so you got 5 mana jewels, 5,000 runes, and a super pack all the way across. So the rewards look to be the same all around. And then we've got the 2 booster packs for 6 for 25. I really don't see there being 6 to 25 brackets in silver, gold, and platinum. And honestly, I don't see there being this 26 to 50. I think it's even possible that we might see some where we just don't get that 51 to 100. Now, this is simultaneously a win and a loss. So having the super packs be the reward is great. I'm glad that they listen and they're giving us those. But these but these individual rewards just really aren't going to inspire players to play this once the event has run a few times. So I'm a little bit worried about that. I'm a little bit worried that the individual rewards are still so low, and this is the 3rd running of events where it's like that. The coalition rewards are fantastic. So you've got, for 1st and 2nd place, you've got a Theros Beyond Death super pack. You've got 180, so 100 crystals, 80 jewels. The 10,000 runes is nice for 3 for 10. 3 through 10, you've got 8,000, 70, and 60, which is nice. 11 through 25, 6,000, 50, and 40 is nice. And even 26 through 50. So I really like the coalition rewards. I actually like the progression rewards, although I would like to see maybe 15 more jewels and another 30 or 40 crystals out of it. And then as for the individual rewards, I'd like to see like 125 jewels, 100. I mean, even if we're just getting like 100 jewels for getting a perfect score, I mean, that's a quarter of a Mythic Plus Elite pack. So that would at least be incentive enough for me to play and try and get 1 through 5 every time. I mean, I'm very competitive, so I like to try and get perfect in general, but just having more rewards would make it more exciting to play the new event. So I hope you guys all do well in this. I'm going to be putting up my Achieving Perfection series on this, so keep an eye on those in the next 24 hours. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.